Okay, so tonight I want to talk to you guys about a few things that you may already know about, you may not already know about, but I also want to go over your next month's plan, sort of, if you have one. So first, this business activity tracker. If you happen to listen to the National Wake Up Call, last week with Julie Voorhees, she talked about this bad boy. It's called the Business Activity Tracker. And I'll be 100% honest with you. When Summer told me to check this out, I was like, no way. It's ugly, I don't get it, and I don't know where to begin. But Julie Voorhees, she said that she's one of the top coaches, and she's been in the business for like 8 years. She got pretty stagnant at a point and wasn't sure what was going on. And it wasn't until she pulled out this did her business actually move forward. So I actually tried it out when I first started, like many of you, and totally threw it out the window. I was like, forget that. I'm just going to jot notes on a piece of paper. Totally unproductive. Even if you're not hugely into building the business, but you are running a challenge group each month, I mean, you should still be tracking way better than a Post-it note like I was. I went to Platinum Edge in the fall, and someone at Platinum Edge also talked about this. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home and try it. So you print off, some people do them online. You can save them as like PDFs and just type it in. I feel like that's going to be Molly's like route. But I print them off and no.
No, I'm a paper and pen.
Oh, well, you're so good at like all the Google Forms and Docs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not for this stuff.
Okay.
I need like to cross out.
Okay. So I highly suggest printing it off. I think you can also access it in the files page of the team. I think I put it in there a while back, but if not, I'll do it again. But you print it off for the week. So I just printed off 10 off the bat, and you put in your current rank, what the week is, and you put in a goal date for what you want your rank advancement to be. Now, I don't care if that's emerald in 6 months. I don't care if it's diamond in a year. I don't care if it's, 5-star elite by the end of the year. You put in whatever you want it to be. And then we have to look at each activity and figure out what amount of work you need to be doing in each category to get you to that goal. But I think the important key thing to remember is this tracker is basically your 3 vital behaviors. And so if you are not doing them, I think this is a good way that it's a reminder of you not doing the things that will move the business forward positively. And I think a lot of people don't use this because it says exactly what you need to do and what works. And if you're not looking at it, then you aren't, admitting you're not doing the right things. So anyway, so what I did was I printed a bunch off, and then at the bottom, so does everybody have a copy or see one? Do you want me to screen share real quick? Would that be helpful? Yes, okay. So I don't know where it is. Okay. Can you guys see this? Yes, okay. So it's just one sheet. At the bottom, I think this is where in the beginning I was like, I can't do this. Where it says follow-up list, and then like weekly achievement, that's kind of where I was like, I don't know what to do with it, and I can't put in the people there and track them well. So I just used the graph at the top, And then on the back of each paper, which is why I like to print it all out, this looks awful too, but I wrote down every person. So I did Monday through Friday. It's upside down. Monday through Friday. And I wrote down every person that I sent a message to for a happy birthday, for, if they wanted to get in a free clean eating, just a conversation. And I wrote down all those names. So my point is, I did this after the Platinum Edge for about, before I went to Platinum Edge, and I did it for about a month and a half. When I got back from Platinum Edge, it was Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I was like, this is, going to be a tough time, whatever. But I had these things to pull out each week and go back to all these names that I had been in contact with the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, who, obviously most were not right nows. And they were people that I could message again. And pretty much like 80% of my challengers and coaches from November and December came from all these past no's, which is why I think this is a good way to track them. Just save them in a binder. And, when you get to like the part of the month where you haven't hit your goal yet, Success Club, and you're like, what am I going to do? It's time for Go for No. You pull these out. That's what I did in February as well. So I pulled them back out, and I was really pushing in February because it was Team Cup and I wanted us to get as much points as we could. But I literally messaged, I told you guys in the chat, like sometimes it was like over 20 people a day. And it wasn't being salesy and it wasn't spammy, but these are people I had already talked to, so it was easier. And I had already formed somewhat of a relationship with, so I didn't, feel sleazy asking them if they were interested in March's challenge group. So that helped out for February as well. Okay, so I'll go back to screen share real quick though. So each day, so it has the goal category. Each day is listed there. It starts on Thursdays because our business week starts Thursdays. You're just supposed to write in there for, you check off that you drank your Shako, check off that you did your workout each day. Personal development, check off that you did 10 minutes of it. Staying connected. So for me, that means that I either listen to the wake-up call, so that's usually on Mondays, or you're checking into the team page for anything new. Or when you log into your back office and see that little side of the page that says Coach Breaking News. So super simple. That's easy to do. Social media. It's telling you, did you post 3 times a day? Motivation, your health and fitness, and something lifestyle. So that was really helpful for me because it gave me the 3 things that I should post about each day. New contacts, 2 to 5 new people every day. So for those, I actually wrote in how many I wanted to do each day, and it was like 5. So I put in the 5, and then, on Instagram, I did like 10. Check those off as I went. And that's just adding new people into your network. Then inviting to the challenge group. Pretty simple. Are you talking about a challenge group of some sort to 2 to 5 people a day? Now remember, you don't always have to talk about a monthly challenge group. I think every conversation that you have with someone, it's important for you to make them aware. I don't know if you know this, but I run free weekly clean eating groups, blah, blah, blah. I provide you with meal plans and workouts from home for free if you're ever interested in trying one. And you always have that to fall back on. The business. This one was hard for me, especially a while ago. It's still very hard, but choose a number that you're comfortable with. And for me, that was doing 2 a day in the beginning. And what was less scary was finding those 2 a day on Instagram, people that I didn't know. And those people came from me looking up hashtags and finding someone that I had something in common with. So, I'm a boy mom. So I hashtag boy mom, look at the first couple posts that come up. If anybody looks remotely like I'd want to be their friend, I go through their page just like we go through anybody else's page and stalk them. And check it out. Would I want to be their friend? Do I like them? If so, I wrote their name and their handle in that box and started a conversation with them. Now, to me, starting a conversation with somebody is inviting. That's how I go about it. And I think that's how all of you should look at it too, because it makes it a lot less like creepy. Follow-ups. So are you checking your Facebook messages or emails from your coaches, your downline, things like that? And just be conscious that you're only checking those things, 1 or 2 times a day. You don't need to be going back and forth all day with people. It shouldn't be like that for you. So set business hours. Then existing customers check-in. So are you posting in your challenge group? Are you following up with your existing either HD clients or your existing challenge group customers or your free clean eaters that week? And then connecting with the team. So did you hop on your team call? Then you did. You check off Tuesday. Like, super simple. If you read up on the team page for staying connected, did you, comment on something, help someone out with another question, or did you post a question? So, all those things, they don't take that long. I would say the ones that take the longest are the 2 inviting rows. So the other ones you just do. You all drink your shake and you all work out. Personal development, I think a lot of you already do that. I just think that you need to add in the wake-up call if you're not already, because that is so key. But if I could challenge you to print these out and use them for the next month, for the next 4 weeks, and track your names on the back, and then for May, because I'm just going to say that it will get harder for the summer to get people to, once summer hits, it's going to be harder for people to want to try something out like this because of summer vacations, everything, obviously. So you will have all those people that you've already been talking to fall back to. So print those out, try to work on that, and use that as your guide. I think we've also talked about before, not everybody has an hour at a time. And I certainly don't sit here for an hour and do the whole power hour. Most days it's bits and pieces. Like I wake up first thing and do my 10 minutes of personal development. And then, I go get a cup of coffee and do things around the house because it's just quiet and that's how I can chill in the morning. And then, while we're eating breakfast, I'll sit there and add a few friends on Facebook from the people tab I may know. So it's kind of sprinkled throughout the day mostly, but it also doesn't take me a full hour. So you need to decide what you can get done and how efficient and in the amount of time that you actually have to work on it. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about the BAT?
No, but I have to tell you guys too, Megan knows, I have not used this thing. I don't like it. Actually, it's less scary right now when I'm looking at it, printed out. But when I first was a coach and I saw this, I was like, nope, definitely never using this. And I haven't. And then I listened to that wake-up call and she was said something about, I think people don't use this because they don't want to see what they haven't done staring them in the face. I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. So I'm going to try it for a month and see, what it does for me.
Sweet. What was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Okay, we're going on to the next thing. For everybody that knows about the BB Links app, do you all know about it? This app at the very bottom, BB Links. So you can download it for free. And when you go into it, into the settings, you can use this instead of coachingcodes.com. So, which I find is much easier because coaching codes kind of need to be on the computer for. It's too hard to do on the screen on a phone. But you just put in your coach ID and it automatically recognizes you and then customizes every single link. So if you're sending someone a 30-day bod trial, if you're sending them the 7-day sampler, if you're sending them a challenge pack, it customizes it. You copy it right on your phone and you can send it in the email, the text, the messenger right to them. But the one thing that I have been playing around with it, if you get to the point where you are also running your spouse's account or your mom's account, anything like that, when you go into settings, there's a part that says manage coach IDs. And if you click on that, you can add in every coach ID that you manage the account for. So it's easily, you can swap in and out of them. And then you just go to active and choose the one that you want to send the link from. And that's it. You don't have to do any like logging in and out of the app, nothing, which is at first what I thought you had to do. So I think that's pretty helpful, especially when you start managing another account and running orders through there as well. Okay. And I think our 7-day sampler group is going awesome. So thanks Kyla and Katie for like kicking that off. Remind your clients in that. So I advise everybody to like check in personally with their clients every few days in that, not just at the end of the week. But also remind them when the week is over that at 30 days they will get charged for the bod trial if they don't cancel. Apparently, I didn't know, but you get an email saying that it's going to expire. Someone contacted me today that's not in a group, that's in something else, and said her trial was expiring, so she called to cancel it because she doesn't use the bod. Which is awesome because I feel like we say it in the groups, we tell them that 30 days it's gonna, hit, and then they still don't remember and realize. So if they're getting that email, it just makes me a little bit happier to know that I don't have to be the one hunting them down every time. But, we'll remind them. I like to just put in a post at the end of the group and tell everybody, this is your reminder. At the 30-day mark, you'll get charged $38.87 for a quarter. Really, it's $2.99 a week. It's awesome to have on hand. Like, Kyla said, when we travel, things like that. So if they want to keep it, they can. If not, you can put the link in there to live chat and they can cancel. And that's what I do. Okay, so I think that for everybody else that's on here, or if you're not on here and you're listening to the recording, it's the 22nd of March, and you guys need to come up with your plan for the next month. What works well for me is when I plan 2 months out. And when I say I plan 2 months out, I just mean that if you look at the cover photo on the team page, I just plan that out for the next 2 months. So I pick the week that I'm going to do the free clean eating or the 7-day sampler now, which, by the way, I was on a Diamonds mastermind call with corporate today, and a lot of people were saying they don't do the free clean eatings at all. But I said how we did the 7-day sampler this time, and they were like, oh, I never thought of that, like a 7-day sampler group rather than just handing out clean. And I was like, are you guys diamonds? Like, what's going on here? And the corporate girl thought it was like awesome. She thought, rather than always doing something free, really a week at $35 is not that bad. And it gives them a perfect taste of everything, since Shakeology is the key. And that's what is going to make lasting customers and coaches, really. So I just kind of think that going forward, I'm going to do that once a month. and give them the option of like 2 meal plans and the quick fix that they can do in it as well. But same structure, everything like that. So once a month. So plan out your next month or two, the week that you're going to do that group. Plan out when you are going to run your next 30-day challenge or 60-day challenge, depending on what kind of group you guys are doing. And keep in mind, like it doesn't have to be the same every month. Someone suggested that if you stagger the start dates throughout the month, that you're not always having all that volume of HD orders, you're spreading it out more. So if you have everybody starting week 1 of the month and they all ordered that last week, then you have nothing else going on the next 3 weeks. You're just waiting for that paycheck again in week 4. So hey, Bryce. So why not, stretch out some of your groups and make it so one maybe starts week 3 and you have all those orders in week 2 happening. That way those new HD people, if that makes sense, hit again the next month in week 2. So you can kind of stagger your groups like that. If you are listening to this call and on this call, I really hope that everybody has an intention of running a monthly and a 7-day group once a month. We can co-lead them. We can do them as a team. You can do them on your own, and I can shadow in there, or your upline, whoever that is. But the consistency is key. Just like the conversations are key and your posting is key. You guys are probably like sick of me posting my Transformation Tuesdays and my Throwback Thursdays because you see all my stuff because we chat all the time and I'm in your feeds. But I have had people come to me who in the last 3 months, 4 months, that were on Plexus, that were doing a different program that, shot me down 12 times, that they're now like, I've been seeing your stories and I get it. So just the more you put it out there, like it does work, and you are sharing like a genuine story about yourself. You're not sitting there making it up. At least no one on our team is. So just share it. And honestly, not everyone sees it, like we've always talked about. So schedule your monthly group, schedule your sampler group. If you want to join someone in the team to co-lead, I just ask that you guys coordinate that within the team page or a group chat, and you put me or your upline in that thread or message with the other coaches so we can kind of guide and help you along. If you have a group that you're co-leading, I ask that you guys are really key at keeping it organized to the best you can. I know everyone's busy. Like, I'm busy too. We all have crap going on, but I don't want our team, like, it's like kind of a direct, since I'm like, this is my team, our team. Hey guys, I don't want our team to look bad. I don't want to be one of those, just other cliche Beachbody teams where we just recruit people and try to make sales. Like, that's not what I want this to be about at all. So if you have, mutual friends and we're both talking to the same people, and you sign them and then they're not like doing well, or they're not following through, and it's because you're not following through and being a product of the product, like that to me, like, just makes our team look bad. It gives our whole team a bad taste to everybody else who might come in contact with BeFit B3. And I don't think that's fair for any of us. So if you're going to co-lead, if you're going to be bringing people on and, as a coach, selling challenge packs, welcome them to the pages, tag them and stuff. Check up with them weekly. Check up with them as much as you need to. If they're not participating in the group, but you are, then that's totally different. But if you're not participating in the group that you're co-leading, then we kind of have a problem. I just want everybody to get what they signed up with you for. And if they're not seeing you, if they're not seeing your own fitness accountability, that you're trying to make all this work with life, then they're not going to do it either. And that's not really fair to them. And it's not fair to maybe another coach that would help them. And I don't want you guys to be those bad coaches that sour the network for everybody else. So I don't mean to be harsh, but I just want our team to be legit. I want it to be a serving team and have our hearts in the right place. And that's basically it. I know our whole team, everybody comes from a different walk. I mean, we got people who spent, weeks in the hospital, but still did things. We got full-time working moms outside the home, work from home moms. We have students, we have single people. Like, everybody's different, but we're all working and hitting Success Club and doing the same things. So if you're thinking like you're just too busy or you have a different situation, I guarantee you your situation is not that different than someone else maybe on the team. So I just was like, who's that man? But I don't say that to make you feel bad or that your situation isn't hard. I just say that because we are a team and we're all here for each other. So that is why we can, all help out. We can co-lead, we can answer questions, whatever you need. We can back you up if, God forbid, something terrible does happen and you have to step out of your challenge group. I'd be more than happy to step in for you. But we just can't, let the people get in there and then not provide for them. That's not what we're about. Okay, so that's basically it. Try the business activity tracker for the next 4 weeks. Set up the BB Links app on your phone if you have not. When you do set that up, I actually suggest copying and pasting your most frequently used links into your notes section on your phone. So your coach sign up link, your free bod trial link, 21-day fixed challenge pack, 22-minute hardcore, things like that. What are you guys doing down there in the chat? Lots of stuff. Schedule your month for the next 2 months. And if you want to run things by me, co-lead, put it out into the group. If you don't want to co-lead, you got this thing on your own and you just want other eyes in there, I'm all in there with you. I'll do it. But the only thing is I just can't be in 17 groups and also co-lead them. I am more than happy to be a fly on the wall and read everyone's posts, but I can't set them all up and Hootsuite all the posts for everyone. So, there's plenty of us here. We all have the same end goal to help people. We can do it together. And that's it. All right, so I will stop. If you guys have any questions, if you're watching the recording, post them in the comments below, and I'm happy to answer anything. I'm going to put the bat up in the file section of the team page, and we can go from there.